Part 1. Pirate-Infested Waters. Chapter 1. Whoa, not so fast. You didn't really think that was the end, did you? If I were dead, how could I be telling you this story? Alright, fine. Beck says she could have taken over. That writing is easier than drawing. Whatever, scribble a picture or something. Note to self, if I ever have a ship of my own, do not call it the Lost, because that's exactly what and where we were. Lost at sea. I guess we should be glad Dad didn't name his boat the Sunk, the Drowned, or Titanic II. When the storm finally called, the four of us had somehow survived, for the moment anyway. Yes, the Lost was still leaking, we had seaweed in our shoes, and the ship-to-shore radio was dead. But we were still alive. Unfortunately, we couldn't say the same thing about Dad. He was definitely missing, gone, and none of us were sure what happened to him. He went overboard, said Storm matter-of-factly. She's 2 years older than me, and she's such a genius. Her IQ, her intelligent quotient scores are off the charts. She's kind of socially awkward. She's always spouting stuff people don't really want to hear. He's dead, probably drowned. Hang on, I said. We don't know that for certain. Storm hesitated. You're right. The sharks could have eaten him first. I probably would have taken a swing at anyone else who said that, but it's just the way Storm is, and I knew she was as sad as the rest of us. What made Dad's disappearance even more depressing was the fact that just 3 months ago our mother had disappeared too. She went missing in Cyprus. Those shady dealers probably shot her, was what Storm had blurted out back then. One of them had an Uzi submachine gun hidden under the left flap of his tan double-breasted trench coat. There were dried tzatziki dip stains on the labels. Did I mention that Storm has a photographic memory? Long story short, without a mother or a father, Storm, Tommy, Beck, and I were now officially orphans drifting across the Caribbean Sea in our very own slowly sinking orphanage. Of course, we weren't always this miserable. Not to brag, but 4 months ago we were probably the most incredible family anybody could ever meet. Not because of anything any of us did, but because of who our dad was. Professor Kidd. Professor Thomas Kidd. That's right, the Thomas Kidd. The world-famous oceanographer and treasure hunter. The guy who found the 1621 wreck of the Spanish galleon Nuestra Señora del Mar de Oro, the Lady of the Sea of Gold off the coast of Barbados. It was loaded with gold coins, bars of silver, and sacks of Colombian emeralds. In Asia, he discovered thousands of pieces of ceramic pottery dating back to the Ming Dynasty in the hold of a sunken cargo vessel. Off the coast of Cyprus, in the Mediterranean Sea, he brought up a treasure chest filled with sparkling jewels and diamond-encrusted religious artifacts. And we were his crew. We were treasure hunters too. Our parents homeschooled us and taught us how to survive in the real world without iPods, iPhones, iPads, or Papa John's pizza. We're at least 2 grades beyond where we would be in a regular school. Maybe not Tailspin Tommy. He's 17 and spends a lot of time on personal grooming, so he's probably somewhere around his regular grade level. I have never been to a mall. Becca's never had a mani-pedi. Tommy didn't need a gym membership at Bally Total Fitness to pump up his peckies. And Storm can out Google with our onboard computer because she remembers every web page she's ever surfed across. Yep, ever since Beck and I were 3, our home and our school have been this incredible 63-foot-long sailing ship. This is where we learned to cook, took karate lessons, Dad as a black belt, and practiced navigating by the stars. The Lost has taken us to more ports and countries than any of us can remember, except Storm, who, like I said, remembers everything, even what kind of food stains you have in your raincoat. 9 years later, it's totally normal for Beck and I to read a treasure map, go on deep sea dives with our dad, and help him dredge up priceless Viking shields from an 11th century shipwreck in the Skulldale of Narrows in Denmark because a museum in Oslo was willing to pay top dollar to add them to its collection. What isn't normal is throwing around a baseball in the backyard. Grass feels funny under my feet. Plus, when you throw baseballs on a boat, you lose them. The same way we kind of lost Dad. Yeah, until Cyprus, and now the perfect storm, life on the Lost had always been extremely great. Too bad our happy life was going to end unless we sank and everybody drowned. Unless, like Storm said, the sharks got us first.